Kakadosh Boker Or, Masechet Chullin Daf Yomi Daf Samech Gimel. We're starting Daf 63 today. Okay, we're going to be starting Samech Gimel Mud Aleph 63a, where we just speak about Amar Rav Yehuda. Rav Yehuda says, Shekitna, right? Basically, this bird, yeah. Okay, some people say that this bird is called a Shekitan. So he says there's three species: Ariche Shake, the Sumke Sharia, a one which that's got long thighs and it's very reddish, Simanech Murmeza, right? And therefore it's going to be like a Murmeza, which is going to be kosher. Yeah. Then you have, Gutze Vesumke Aside, the one which has, right, short legs is a sur, and the Siman is Nanus, which is Pasul, okay, which is the Nanas. And Ariche, the third one is going to be Ariche Shake Viroke Aside, which basically got long thighs, but it's reddish, it's greenish instead of reddish. It's Asur. Simanech Yirukim Psulim. Okay, so Amar of Yehuda comes and he says, Shalach. When we're talking about the Shalach, so he says, Ze Hashole Dagim min hayam. This is Shole Dagim min hayam, Duchifat, Shodo Kafut. Yeah, so he says, we also learned this in the right. The Duchifat is Hodo Kafut. V'zeh shevi Shamir lebet hamikdash, and that's what's brought. This bird was the one that brought the tolat of the Shamir to the Bet hamikdash when we needed to build it. So this is the Duchifat. Okay, I don't know how you say it in English. Tavasa bar or Tavasa yar. Okay. Rabbi Yochanan, ki chazi shalach, when he used to see a shalach, amar mishpachetecha teom rabah. Right? Why? Mishpatei Hashem are very, very deep. Right? To basically to kill the muzmanim lemut, the giyam through the shalach. Right? He says, ki chazi nimala, when he used to see a nimala, amar, tzidkatecha kereel. Right? Well, but even the nimala is so small, and it still has chiyut just like a chaya gdola. So Amar Amimar says, Lakne ubatne shadyan. That means these two birds called Lakne and Batne, they're permitted. Shakne ubatnae is makom shenagu ochlin, right? Lechol ochlin. Makom shenagu lo lechol en ochlin. Atu b'minhag atal yaminta. That's what everything has to do with minhag. In says yes. Velakashi, that's not a question. Ki ha be'atra tishchiche peres voznia ve'atra de lo shchiche. It all depends whether it's going to be common to find this bird of the peres and oznia. Amar Abaye says, Kue kakue asire. These two birds, which are called kue and kakue, are going to be prohibited. Kakuata is sharia, right? B'marava malkuilava. They would come and they would give lashes on eating kakuata. V'karle tachvata. So Tanu Rabbanan, we learned in a Braita, Tin Shemet, which is written in the Torah, Be'avat shebeofot. We're talking about bavat. Ata omer bavat shebeofot, o eno bavat shebe'shartzim. סמרת אצל משלושת מידות שתורה נדרש בהן. דבר על המם עניינו. במה כתוב ומדובר, we're talking about obviously עופות. So too, we're talking about עופות, we're not talking about שרצים. ותניא מיח, you also learned this in תניא נמי גבי שרצים כאי גבנה, תנשמת באהבת שבשרצים. אתה אומר באהבת שבשרצים או באהבת שבעופות, צא ולמה משלושת מידות שתורה נדרש בהן דבר מעניינו, מה כתוב ומדובר בשרצים? So too there, we're talking about שרצים. סמר אביי, באהבת שבעופות כיפוף, באהבת שבשרצים קורפדאי. So the kipov is the bird. And the Bavat Shabbat is called the Kurpadai. So Amr Rav Yehuda says Ka'at, which is brought down, is a cook. Or kik. Okay. The Racham is a Shrakrak. Amr Rav Yochanan says, Lama nikra shemo Racham. Why is it called Racham? When Shabbat Racham ba'u Rachamim le'olam. Once it came, there was Rachamim comes to the world. That means basically this is a siman for the rain coming. So that's why it's called Racham. So Amar of Bevai Amar Abai V'udiyati V'amidei V'avid Shakrak. That's only if it's going to be that this bird is going to be when he's sitting down and he's making some noise. Ugmire, and we have a tradition, that he says the iyati v'ara v'sharikata mashicha, that if he's going to be on the ground and he's going to be screeching out, which is not normal, the Mashiach will come. Shneimar shekal ha'em v'kabetzem. Amar Ravada Bashimi Mor Baravadi. Rai Idai, Ve'audiyati Bekrava, Sharak, Vatagala of Sikel Moche, came a galal from the Shemaim, and it came in and it killed him. It didn't. So what's going on here? So he come and he says, oh wow, a stone came and he killed him. So Elmaleh ahu ba'edahava. He says he was a shakran, and that's why he was killed. He was killed because he started saying Keilu that the Mashiach is coming and it wasn't coming, so therefore he was killed. So Tanu Rabbanan, we learned in the Braita, Orev, Ze Orev, right? This is the black bird that we know it. Okay. So he says, Et korev lemino, lavi orev amki lemino, lavi orev abba berashe yonim. Right? Which the Gemara is going to explain. Amar mor orev ze orev atu kaman kai. This is what? Is it in front of us so we know which orev we're talking about? Elaim orev ze orev u kama, that's a black one. Chen omer k'tzvututav shechorot ka orev. So it's black like the orev. Hamki is chivara, the hamki is a white one. Chen omer mareo amok bin or, k'marei chama amuka bin etzel. V'orvei abba berashe yonim, amra papa lo teima. Don't say that it comes from the head of the yonim. Ela de dami reshel yona. It's a min orev that his head is like a yona. So Tanu Rabbanan we learned on the right. Netz is the netz lemineu lavi barchirata, even the white one, right? Which is going to barchiria. Sorry, it's another type of a netz, which is also going to be tameh. My barchiria. So he says Amarabaye shurinka. This is the bird which is called shurinka. I apologize that we don't know the birds, so it's a little bit difficult to know the actual names even in English. Okay. Rav Yehuda says chasida. So daya levana. This is the daya levana. So why is it called a chasida? Sheosa chasida chasidut im chavrotea. Right? It gives food to its friends. Hanafa. So daya ragzanit. Lama nikra shema hanafa? Sheme'anefet al chavrotea. It gets angry, right, on his friends. Okay, so Amar V'Chanan, Rav Chasam, Rav Chasam, Rav Chanan, Pered Rav, Amarav. See what mean? There are 24 different types of non-kosher birds. Elmaleh, Rav Chanan, Rav Chasam, Rav Chasam, Deheicha. Right, what are you talking about? Tevayikra. If you're going to tell me in Vayikra, there was 20. Simavu. And if it's going to be the Mishneh Torah, it's 21. Vechitem, and if you're going to tell me Dar, Dechtiva Vayikra, is not written in the Mishneh Torah, so you're going to add it, so it's still 22. So Elmaleh says, he says, Lemino. It's going to be another 4. So because that becomes 24. So says the Gemara, so then it should be 26 then. Because we just said it was 22. 22 plus 4 is 26. So Abai says, Da'av Ra'ah is the same animal, is the same bird. Right? He says, Achati. He says, if you're going to tell me Tartei Nun that it's going to be 2 different ones, right? 63b. Michte Mishneh Torah la Sufi Uduata. He says, well, the Mishneh Torah is coming to add. Why one place says da'a and it doesn't say ra'ah, right? Ela shemamina ra'ah v'da'a is the same thing. So he says, okay, fine, but still, then it becomes 25. So Abai says, kashem shera'a v'da'a achati, so to the da'aya v'da'ya is 1, right? It's the same thing. If you're going to tell me it's 2, what do you see? The Mishneh Torah is coming to add on. Right, ayah. And there it's written on the daya lemina. The shemimna ayah v'daya is going to be 1. So why did I have to write both of them? So he says, Kidetanya, but we learned on the right, Rabbi says, Ekrani ayah daya, lama nemra. כדי שלא תיתן פתחון פה לבעל דין לחלוק, שלא תהיה אתה קורא היה והוא קורא דיה. אתה קורא דיה והוא קורא היה. וכך אתה במשנה תורה והרע והתיה ודיה למינה. Right? So therefore, that's what basically we brought it down. Somebody would just say, no, this is a kosher one, but it's called the daya. And I was like, no, it's a kosher one, it's called daya. No, they're both not kosher. And therefore, we put both of them in there. Matevei, so we ask a question, למה נשנו בבהמה מפני השסועה ועופות מפני הרעה? Why is it בהמה דלת לסופי? So what, we're coming to add on? לא, הטם לסופי אך לפרושה. There we're just coming to explain, not to add on. ופליגת רבי אבו, this argues on רבי אבו. תאמר רבי אבו, says רבי אבו, רעה is זהיה. So why is it called רעה? שרואה ביותר, it sees her distances. לכן הוא אומר, נתיב לא ידעו היית, לא שזבתו אין היה. So he says, תנא עומדה בבבל, it could be in Bavel and it could see a carcass in Eretz Yisrael. That's a powerful vision. Yeah, midra'ah haynu haya. So because the da'ah is not the ra'ah. So Michte Mishneh Torah is coming to add on. Ma'ishra d'chtiv ra'ah da'ah. Ma'ishra d'chtiv da'ah. Ela v'shma mina da'ah v'ra'ah v'haya achati. It's all the same. The da'ah, ra'ah, and haya is the same bird. So it says the Gemara midra'ah haynu haya. So it's mashma, it's not the same. So he says, "My shnatan dichtiv lemina ya." מה שנעת דלא כתיב למינה היה ולדיה. So שממינה דעה ורעה ודיה אחתי, it is the same. ותניא we learned to write, יסף יהודה אומר, 100 עופות מין יש במזרח, וכולם מן היה. Do you know there's already 100 birds which are not kosher in the east, and they're all type of היה. תניא וימי ברד רבי יבוא, 700 מיני דגים, and 800 מיני חגבים לעופות המספר. He says there's 700 types of grasshoppers. Of birds, which are tmeim, of fish, which are tmeim, and there's 800 types of non-kosher chagavim grasshoppers, and ofot, birds, there's no numbers. Yeah, ofot, he says, what are you talking about? It's 24. He says, no, the ofot teorim mispar. The kosher birds, there's no numbers. Tanya, we learned on the right Rabbi Omer, kaloi ve'edu lifnei mi shamar v'yaolam shebemat me'ah Rubam min Torah. Really, there's more non-kosher birds than kosher birds. There's more kosher birds than non-kosher birds. That means by behemot, there's more behemot meot more than tarot. So told us behemot teorot. But to do with the birds is the exact opposite. My Kamash was coming to teach you. So he says, meaning you always teach the shorter way. Meaning if there's going to be more tameh, so explain the tahor. If there's going to be more tahor, so explain what's tameh. Okay, that means you always go with the shortcut, the shortest route. Amar b'Yitzchak, of tahor, nechal b'mesoret. Of tahor is going to be eaten with the mesoret. Neman tzayel omar, of ze tahor masal Rabbi. That this is what my rabbi taught me, that this is considered an of tahor. Amar Rabbi Yochanan, says Rabbi Yochanan, v'hu shebaki b'ayin, as long as you're going to be baki, right, uvishmoten, in its names. So by Rabbi Zera comes and he asks the following question, Rabbo hachamo Rabbo tzayad. When it says Rabbo the rabbi, or Rabbo his master, the one that taught him how to hunt. So Tashma Rabbi Yochanan v'hu shavke rai shebaki b'ayin, mishmoten, it has to be a baki in them and their names. Martabisha, if you're going to tell me Rabbo tzayad, it's going to be good, but if you're going to tell me Rabbo chacham, he can know the names, but he doesn't know actually the birds itself. It's talking about Rabot Sayad Shemamina. Tanur we learned to the Braita. You're allowed to buy eggs from the goyim in any place. We're not going to suspect for nevelot to trefot. We're not going to suspect for all these things. Okay. The dilma dov tameninu. So ask the Gemara, maybe it comes from an of tameh. What the Shmuel Omer shel of ploni, that it comes from this bird, which is going to be taor. Velema shel of taor. So what did it say? The of taor. So yachi it little shlemute, because if he's going to say that it could be that he's going to get out of it, right? That means if you're going to tell me that it's going to be from another one's, right? He's going to say it's an of taor that we just don't know about it. So says the Gemara, v'livdok b'simanim, check the simanim. The Tanya was learned on the right. Okay, simane betzim kach simane dagim. So he says simane dagim salkadaitach snapir v'kaskes tamarachmana. Elaima, but rather you have to say kach simane of ubare dagim. These are the simanim of the ubarim of the dagim. Shesimanim, right? Whether to know that it's going to be a kosher bird, a kosher fish, or a non-kosher fish. And then obviously we'll continue tomorrow with what exactly is considered the kosher or not. Ezrat Hashem.